Okay, I guess this is, where are we? This is part 4? Part 4? Part 4. My daughter says the pipe is too much. So, Christy, this is for you. We're back on the deck, of course. Pan shot, pan shot, pan shot, pan shot. Beautiful day again. You know, pipe. Not smoking it right now. One of my bonsai trays. This is the tray I'm using as a stand. The coffee, of course, the battle bag. Crazy Stu's house. Back in my place in Rockville. Alright, so you gotta give me the coffee, Christy. Oh God, let's adjust this a little bit. I'm not looking right at it. There we go. Is that right? Okay. So, the book. Why women are so problematic. You know what? So why? Why a book? Damn. No Kleenexes. Good enough. Okay. Well, you want to really know? Here's the real reason. It's not pretty. It's not a pretty story. So bear with me, ladies. Guys, you're gonna hate me for this, but we got to tell the women the truth, man. It's the only way this is going to get fixed. When I worked information technology for 20 years, I was an Oracle database administrator most of the time. Big job, big bucks. Team leader usually. Well, you know, even when I got I did the grad school scam, so I didn't even have a legitimate job till I was 29 years old. I was already an old guy for information technology, you know, working with the young pups. Well, man, by the time I got into my 30s, you know, I got 1 or 2 lovers, maybe 3, you know. I was pretty young then, man. I could pull that off. You know, bang one chick in the morning, bang another chick in the evening, you know. Day in, day out, I was getting my lifetime numbers way up, man. I was making up for those 12 years of marriage to Pat. You know, I had a few affairs, but, you know, fuck, we're talking about maybe screwing, you know, maybe 12 copulations a year, you know, 20 in a good year if I had a couple of affairs, but, you know, nothing compared to, you know, my potential. So now I'm making up for lost time. So, you know, every Monday you come back into the office and, you know, I've spent the weekend with maybe 1 or 2 lovers, you know, maybe had sex, I don't know, half a dozen times. Well, the young pups, you know, they're coming in from the weekend and they want to tell their stories. So, you know, my story would be, you know, I spent a couple of, you know, spent a couple nights in bed with Elizabeth. I spent a night in bed with Connie. You know, maybe Cathleen came over for a quick, you know, fuck buddies session. She was the one that turned me on to the anal sex, man. Her stepbrothers, when she was like 14, 12, I think 14, her mom remarried, and her stepbrothers, God bless them, I don't know, 16 and 18, you know, every night they'd come into her room and fuck the shit out of her. And, you know, horrible, right? I mean, God, rape, incest. But, of course, Kathleen's a little sex freak, so to her, man, it was fucking great. Well, the first time they DP'd her, man, when the older brother got his dick up her ass, she lost her fucking mind. Orgasm after orgasm after orgasm. So, I don't know, maybe the first night I made love to her, first night we made love, might have been the first night. Nah, probably was the third night. Yeah, back at my place. Or no, man, wow, fuck. A few weeks into it. You know, I'm screwing her, and it's going really good. I'm doing her doggy, and I've got her by the haunches, and I'm pounding her. And she says, "Why don't you stick your dick up my ass?" And I said, "What?" She said, "Why don't you stick your dick up my ass?" Elizabeth every now and then would say weird shit like, you know, if I'm drunk, I can do anal sex. I never took her up on it. It just sounded weird. But, you know, Cathleen, man, she's like a fucking maniac, and she's begging for it up the ass. So, you know, I lubed up the bad boy, and, man, I shoved it up that ass, and my God, what a fuck. Okay, so now, man, I gotta do it up the ass every chance I get. But the young pups, they're coming in and they're saying shit like, "Oh man, I had a great weekend. I was down in Georgetown. I got some chick drunk. I took her back to my car. She passed out in the back seat. I pulled her dress up and her panties down, and I fucked her." They're telling me stories like this. One genius, he comes in one Monday, and oh man, he has had the peak experience of his life. He and his buddy got two Georgetown chicks drunk, took them back to their rental place in Wheaton. They were passed out, and these geniuses get the idea, why don't we hook them on the back fence, by their arms, strip them, and fuck them. So, they said they fucked them for an hour. I said an hour, and they said, oh, okay, maybe it was only 5 minutes. But, it felt like an hour. And I said, guys, I want to just say 2 words. Statutory rape. And so all the pups are looking nervously at each other, and the genius who's telling the story says, what? I said, dude, I know a couple things. First, the most important thing I know is neither of these women are Italian. I know that because you're telling me this story. If either of them had been an Italian, she would have been, the daughter of an Italian guy, and she would have probably had one or more Italian brothers. And we're all in a network, so they'd have called me up. She would have called one of them, and they would have alerted the network, and I would have gotten a call, saying, Andy, and I'd say, yeah, and they'd say, this is Tony. I'd say, hey, Tony, what's happening, man? He'd say, Andy, we got a problem, man. Some idiot white guys, raped my sister this weekend. I'd say, oh, fuck, let me get my baseball bat. He would have given me an address. This is olden times. He wouldn't have texted me or even emailed me. He would have given me the fucking information. I'd have written it down. And, I'd have gone to his place. We'd have all gotten in his Buick and driven over to the guy's house, and we'd have beaten him to death with baseball bats. So you're not dead. So neither of these chicks are Italian. But you know what? Just hearing the story, I'm kind of feeling a need to beat you to death myself. I mean, idiot. I've got a daughter. I mean, I've got 3 sisters. I want to remove you from the gene pool. 1, so you can't reproduce and pass your defective genes on. But 2, you're a fucking clear and present danger to women, and I love women. Well, the kid turns to my young buddy, and they're all standing in my office. I'm at my desk, and the kid says to my buddy, he says, he's kidding, right? My buddy says, no, he's not kidding. And before he gets up out of the chair, I suggest that you very slowly back out of the room. And before he could do that, I said, wait a minute, and he froze. I said, look, idiot, I'd like to think you're never going to do this again, but I know better. So just do me a favor, a personal favor. Never, never, never talk to me again about your dating exploits. Deal? I'll try not to kill you for what you did. That's just a gift from me to you. I've got a family, I've got young kids. I don't want to be in jail for the rest of my life. I could probably, if there's at least one woman on the jury, I could probably get off. But fuck, I'd have to go through the trial. My attorney would have to go through a bunch of shit. He's not a litigator, so he'd have to learn how to be a litigator, or he'd have to give me a good defense attorney. It would cost me fucking money. Just don't tell me the fucking stories. All right, so as I was going through IT for these 20 years, I'd still hear this shit. Eventually I'd get a reputation. But fuck, IT, I'd get laid off or fired every 2 years, so I had lots of different jobs. And so there'd be new pups, they'd want to tell me their fucking stories, So when I got laid off in 2000, it took me 2 years to come up with the book idea. But, even before I got fired the last time by the good folks at Bell Atlantic, for threatening to not kill people. I wrote a fucking email to this guy I was working with up in Massachusetts, And they were pressing me. They wanted to lay me off early. I was supposed to have another 6 months to finish building their bullshit for them, fixing their crap up, migrating from Oracle RDB to Oracle. Oracle RDB actually was a better product, but at any rate, I digress. Oracle bought RDB from Digital Equipment before it went out of business. So they basically, if you're using Oracle now, that's Oracle RDB, buddy, gal. Anyway, I digress again. So even before I got fired for the last time, and I was 50, so I couldn't get a new job after that in IT, making too much money, $60 an hour. The Indian nationals on the work visas will do that for $35 an hour. They can't do what I do, but the non-technical managers could give a shit. They just want to save money. So if they'll build you shit for $35 an hour, why pay some American $60 an hour to build real bulletproof workable stuff when you can slap together some shit and only pay the guy $35 an hour? So and those Indians are beautiful people, man. All the ones you meet are rich, high caste Brahmin, because they're the only ones who can afford to bribe the officials to get the visas to get out of the fucking country. All the regular people can't get out of India, but the rich people can. God bless them. So they're just here slumming, and then they'll go back to India and run a big corporation. Once they learn how stupid Americans are, which they have to live here to realize and believe it, they're ready to make some big bucks back in India, running a company selling shit to Americans. Or running a data, center, or running a call center. Hello, this is Bobby. Bobby, what's your real name? Oh, my name's Arif. Yeah, I thought so. Where are you, Bobby? Oh, I'm not supposed to say. Come on, Bobby. I'm not going to tell. Okay, I'm in Bombay. Yeah, no shit, Bobby. What's your real name? Arif. I mean Arif, not Bobby. Or Bobby. Anyhow, so I realized then, even if I had not gotten permanently fired from IT because I got too old and too expensive. Even if that hadn't happened, what I'm gonna fix guys one guy at a time, sitting in a fucking cube. Nah, that's not gonna work. So the book really, I need guys to stop getting chicks drunk and raping them, because that's just stupid. Plus, fuck. I used to tell these idiots, did that really feel much better than jacking off? No, I guess not. Well, just jack off, moron. Or, fuck, I got an idea. Instead of going to a bar and getting a chick drunk and raping her, fuck, go to a library or fucking take a class and meet a chick who's conscious and not a drunk and talk to her. And talk to her. And then agree, consensually to have sex. You'd be amazed. Now, of course, if she's not unconscious, you're going to have to last more than 5 minutes. And, fuck, you might have to send her flowers or buy her, a Happy Meal. But, fuck, man, you can do this. So the book is my answer to those idiots. Now, it's a lot worse now, man, because that was like 2002 that I started the damn book. It's now 2012. It's 10 years worse. I'm on a site, justhookup.com. I'm talking to chicks with names like I Suck Balls Good. Oh, her dad must be so proud. If her grandparents were still alive, just think how proud they would be. She sucks balls good. I'll make you come. That's another gal on the site. Isn't that wonderful? I'll make you come. Really? That's your mission in life, is to use your sacred body to make me have an orgasm? Really? She doesn't even say whether she's going to come. Just she'll make me come. Fuck. People. We got to get a grip. So, again, ladies, check out the book. Fucking guys are not going to look at the book. Oh, well, they'll look at the beautiful naked picture of Elizabeth on the cover, maybe steal the book, never open it, but jack off to that picture of her. They'll never know. They won't open the book, so they won't know that she's now, I'm 61. She's like 64, 65 years old. I bet they wouldn't want to fuck her now. I'd love to fuck her now, but she doesn't fuck anymore, sadly. She, burned the coochie out, exceeded the maintenance warranty. So she's just a crone now. She just hangs out with other women. Massages old rich guys for a I mean, come on, really. Let's just, she gets big tits, but let's just assume she's really, literally, just massaging. I mean, why not? They probably tip her a lot just to have her hands on them. I would if I had the money. I used to get her hands on me for free, but you have to read the book to get all the details about that. So let's buy the book, people. It doesn't exist yet. Well, it exists, but I mean, you can't buy it yet, but you'll be able to buy it soon. By the time you'll be ready to buy it, I hope you'll want to. Okay, that's enough. Fuck. It's getting kind of bright out here. It's going to be a nice day. I'm going to go take a nap. You guys take care, and ladies, if you're available, Google my name and get my phone number and call me and see if we can't get some of your needs met. Oh, that's a little gratuitous, wasn't it? Hey, let's look at me in the reflection. You ready? Can you see me? Look, there I am. Hi, Andy. Hi. Oh, you can see some cuttings I took of plants for my house, or from my house, because I want to. Let's see if you can see that. Let's get a close-up of me. Look at that. This was my dad's running jacket. My lady friend, my soulmate, Val, said, "Oh my God, that's from the 80s. You can't wear that." Sure I can. Look, I got the redneck keys hanging on my belt there. Can you see that? I don't know. Let's just swing around. Look at that, man. Isn't that fucking great? I look like a fucking like a blue-collar worker. Sorry, Tony. That's my son. He's got this blue-collar poverty thing going on where he thinks I look down on him because he's a blue-collar worker. Fuck, I love blue-collar workers. My grandfather was a master tailor. He was a tradesman. All right, so look. I took some cuttings. These are the plants that I fought for years when I owned the house. Fucking honeysuckle grows like a goddamn fucking voracious weed. There's some ivy there, man. That ivy, beautiful, but boy, don't let it get on your brick. And then some beautiful ground cover, which you see that ground cover there? Look, let me show you where that comes from. That comes from right over here. Yeah, look at that. That's the shit. I took some cuttings of that, baby. So I'll be able to think of that. Look at that spirit house. Isn't that fucking great? Look at that. Isn't that awesome? You put a fucking candle in that, a voltage candle. There's some of the plants that Kelly planted. Let me just show you one more thing, and then we'll wrap this up, because this is getting a little long. Look at this. Some herbs we planted decades, like over a decade ago, are still thriving. I'm going to pot these puppies up and take them with me. There's some basil. If you're Italian, you know what I'm talking about. Basil. Looks like some volunteer shit there. But look at this rosemary. Look at that rosemary, man. You put that on a roast, you're talking about something. And then you got something. Rosemary. Check it out. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Let's go back and get a close-up of the... Look at that basil. Look at that basil. Growing like a son of a bitch. Okay, so a little cooking lesson. Emerald, watch out, motherfucker. I'm coming for you. All right, let's do it.